If you think that there's a better result than beating the Boston Bruins, raise your hand. Very good. Hello and welcome back to another Bolts analysis. I'm your host Chris as we look at the Tampa Bay Lightning, the rest of the NHL, and last night, I don't know how we did it, but Bolts win 5-3 against the Boston Bruins in Boston. You could beat Boston in regulation in their own barn? I didn't know you could do that. Apparently it's happened 4 times this year, but I mean, does that not show how strong Boston are, that it's only been able, only 4 teams have been able to do it? Good gracious, they are strong. They will probably feel a little bit hard done by. I mean, 38 shots for the Bruins, 25 for us. How did Boston lose that? Well, kind of on that the first 2 goals for us, because it was their power play, and yet on their power play, we scored not 1, but 2 short-handed goals. Boston, that's what Buffalo do, okay? That's what the last time we managed to score 2 short-handed goals in the same penalty was when we were hosting Buffalo. Do not defend in the same way that Buffalo do. Otherwise, finishing first in the Atlantic will have been for nothing. Then we managed to go 3-0 up with Parquet. It's a good play, but I mean, if you were expecting Boston to just sort of roll over and whimper in the corner, no. Boston are called the Bruins for a reason. They are a big, snarling, angry bear, and scoring 3 goals against them in the TD Garden, they were only going to come back biting. And probably should have tied it. I mean, got it back to 3-2, and then it all got very tetchy, didn't it? I mean, 94 penalty minutes all told, quite a few fights, quite a few scraps, Marchand getting in there, all kicking off. I'm so glad we've got Pat Maroon, because I feel like it's this sort of game where it gets physical, it gets feisty. It's like you need what I wouldn't call a goon, I would call an enforcer. Not to beat the other team up. That's not really what hockey is about. But to a certain extent, it is sort of showing, no, we're not going to be intimidated, we're not going to be bullied. If you sort of start scrapping, we will scrap back, we will sort of hold our own, we will stick up for our teammates. That's what we did. That's what Boston were doing on their side as well. It was fair. For the most part, I think it was a good natured, if a little feisty, spirited tilt, and Killorn managed to make it 4-2, so that gave us a bit of breathing space. Obviously, Pasternak, trying to stop Pasternak scoring, it's always a bit of a tough ask, isn't it? I think that's 48 goals for him now, possibly higher. Definitely starting to lose track when it comes to Pasternak. He's the main contender for the highest scorer this season, along with Ovechkin. But Kucherov with the empty netter. I like the fact that Kucherov managed to score an empty netter after nicking it off someone on the blue line. It's like, that's what normally happens to Kuch. Good on him, yeah. So 5-3, and that means we are still second. That is the sort of reality check. It hasn't really altered our season. We are a little bit closer to Boston, but we're not that much closer. We're on 91 points now. We're 7 points back. So, could we catch them? I'll believe it when we actually do it. But for now, I don't think we're going to. I think second is probably where we're going to end up. However, the good thing, especially about last night, is I was not expecting us to beat Boston. I was not expecting to be 12 points clear of Toronto. We are now 12 points clear of Toronto. Good. We can make that 14 if we beat Detroit tonight, which we should be able to, but wouldn't it be just typical of a team you support to be like, hey, you got a win that I wasn't expecting, and now, you've lost to a team that I thought we were going to beat. I don't know how to feel anymore. It's the sort of mean thing that your hockey team does. You've followed any sort of hockey team for a while. All hockey teams do this. They get a brilliant result somewhere else, and then they completely drop the ball the next game. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that doesn't happen. We haven't increased our gap on Florida because Florida managed to win a home game. Good, Florida, keep it up. Because if you want a playoff spot, whether it's third or in the Atlantic or wildcard spot, that's what you need to do. You need to win some home games. Beat the Montreal Canadiens, who are fading, as I thought they probably would. Just no. Hot and cold. What's the French hot and cold? I should know that. I'll come back to you on that one. Buffalo lost again. Ottawa won. They beat the Sharks. No, also we're kind of having a fun end to the season. They kind of know it's over, but hey, they're not eliminated yet. So keep going. And Detroit, well, we will have fun against Detroit tonight, won't we? Maybe another 5 goals? I mean, if we can score 5 against Boston, I'd like to think we can score 5 against Detroit. Admittedly, they didn't shut us out last time we played, but it was only 2-1 to us last time we played Detroit, so would like to improve on that. They're the whipping boys of the league, Detroit, but hey, that doesn't mean that we should have sort of taken it easy on them. No, more beatings on the Red Wings. Take advantage of the fact that they are awful. And we'll hopefully have a good time in Motor City before heading on to the big game at the start of the week. I think it's Tuesday night. We play Toronto in Toronto. Big game for both teams. But that is it from me. Thank you very much for watching. This has been another Bolts Analysis. And remember, we won the season series against the Bruins 3-1. Now to do it in the playoffs, if we get that far.